Hello everyone, my name is Josiah Willis and I'm here with Matt Carlson from Evergreen Home Loans. I'm a real estate agent from Caliber Real Estate. I help people buy and sell homes, but I also do the investing side, which Caliber Real Estate is a little bit different on. I help clients all the way from your average family looking for a home or wanting to sell their home, all the way to investors who are wanting to invest in off-market properties, foreclosures, REOs, short sales. We do it all. And one thing I like to say is not all real estate agents are actually created equal, not from a value standpoint, but just from experience and what they know. And it's the same thing for loan officers as well. And so that's why I'm here today with Matt Carlson from Evergreen Home Loans, who's a loan officer. And he's a friend and colleague of mine, and he's been in this business for quite some time. I'm going to let him share a little bit about his background and why he got into mortgage lending. And then I'm going to actually ask him some questions regarding what home buyers, first-time home buyers, experienced home buyers might run into on the lending side of things, and why it's important to actually speak with the loan officer prior to going out and searching. So hopefully we'll answer some of your questions today, and I hope you find this useful. It's a pleasure for me to be here with Matt. So without further ado, here's Matt, and I'm going to give him a chance to kind of explain his background. So Matt, why don't you take it away?
Hey, I'm Matthew Carlson. I work for Evergreen Home Loans, and just a little bit about my background. I've worked in the industry for a long time. I've done various jobs in the industry, and have a lot of experience. The reason why I decided to pursue a career in the real estate industry and the mortgage industry is because it gives me the opportunity to help people every single day, and just the feeling that I get when someone closes on their home and I see their excitement and their happiness, and I know that I help that person in such a stressful thing. It's a great feeling for me, and really it's why I do what I do. And helping people achieve the dream of home ownership is special to me, and I think it's one of the greatest investments that you can invest in today. And I like to make it my mission to make that dream a possibility for as many people as I possibly can. So
nice, thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Let's get into the questions now.
Okay.
That's great. So can you tell us the difference sort of between working with a national bank loan officer versus mortgage lending company and a smaller company such as yourself?
Now, when you say national bank, are you talking like a big federally chartered bank?
Correct.
Yeah, so, I'm not going to go out and say that big banks are terrible. What I will say is that we do one thing at Evergreen, and that's loans. Big banks are doing a lot of other things besides loans. Sometimes a mortgage bank, which is what we are, we're a mortgage bank, we specialize in giving loans. Sometimes we have the ability to get things done that banks can't do, and
right.
One of those things is closing fast.
Right.
We have the ability to close extremely fast, which gives our buyers a competitive advantage in the marketplace.
Right.
We have all local operations. Our company was founded out of West Seattle in 1987, and all our local ops and management are all here in the Seattle area. So that right there just is huge.
Right.
Because, some big banks, or probably the majority of big banks, you might have an underwriter in Texas and a processor in Michigan and a funder in California. And it's just it can be a little bit tricky, I think, if you're dealing with that. Whereas we have underwriting, processing, funding right here in our branch.
Right.
And it just gives us the ability to really handle the transaction smoothly and closely, and it gives us the ability to get things done.
Right.
Oftentimes at bigger banks, it's all about process, right? And it's very hard to move away from that process, whereas mortgage banks, specifically us, have the ability to get things done accordingly to make sure that our customers stay happy and that we can accommodate their needs.
Right.
So, you know, if we have a closing date of the 15th, you know, and someone has a closing date of the 28th, we're probably going to make sure that we do everything we can. Not probably, we will make sure that we meet that closing date of the 15th. We'll also make sure we meet the closing date of the 28th, but we'll prioritize accordingly. And you know, you don't necessarily get that at big banks all the time.
Right.
And you know, just as far as in our particular market, as far as reputation goes, I think we make quite the reputation for ourselves as being a great lender to work with, who closes on time, and I think that there's really something to be said about that.
Right. And another thing to kind of summarize what he said was that you, from a national bank's perspective, there's more red tape in terms of processes that have to be followed, which means you lose in flexibility and you lose from time savings, basically. That, you know, I think Matt and Evergreen Home Loans can be a lot more nimble, but also just the ability to contact your loan officer outside normal business hours, or just have responses when something's going, you know, either wrong or when an issue comes up. Having that peace of mind of knowing you can get a hold of somebody is huge. Like, this whole process, there's a lot of steps involved, so it's really important to be able to have that level of service you might not necessarily get from a big bank. So that's awesome. Well, I think that about sums it up for questions. Matt, thanks again for allowing us to question you on the home buying process and what's involved, and I hope you all learned something from that today. And please give us a call if you're in the market for purchasing a home or even selling. But give me a call, 360-560-8073. I'd be happy to help you. Matt, you want to give me your phone number?
Yeah, 206-409-4867. You can also reach me at mcarlson@evergreenhomeloans.com.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Take
you.
care.